Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're doing a review, and I don't do many of those, but when I do tend to do them, usually it's because I found something that I really like. Now, I did promise y'all that I was going to be testing out that 14K resin I talked about a couple weeks ago in the Mono 4 review not review, when we talked about the new printer. So, this is the resin that supposedly was developed for this newer line of printers, Mono 4, the M7, the M7 Pro, that line of printers. Pretty much 10K plus. Because if you're using an 8K resin and you're using 10K plus machine, essentially what they want you to kind of subscribe to is that you need to be using this resin to get best results. Let's just say I don't fully subscribe to all that, but am I very, very happy with the results that I'm seeing? Yes. Right now, uh, I currently am printing another model with the same material on my farm. I've switched all of them over to the texture resin at this point because it seems to be doing a good job. The support work's easier to remove. I didn't think that was going to be possible because my stuff's already pretty easy. But it was beautiful to remove the supports. The work came out awesome. The details beautiful, flawless each piece. Um, and so far, I'm not seeing any discrepancies in the way the resin's working versus the way that the DLP blend that I was working with was working. So I'm not seeing a massive difference in times because I already print slow. I actually slow my print times down. I will slow the retract and I will actually slow the speed down just a little bit, usually just by a step, only for the fact that I would rather go slower than have a failure or a snap. And it does reduce FEP tear and FEP wear and stress if you slow down the printers. Only by a step, just a little bit. But anyway, I don't really want to waste too much time talking about that. We're here to talk about resin. So I decided to, when I bought this, I bought like 8 bottles of the stuff, and I said, heck, we're just going to go straight in. I'm going to go crazy. I bought 8 bottles. I think I got it on a sale. It was pretty decently priced. I believe it's normally $35 a bottle. I think I got it for like 24 a bottle. So I did get away with quite a steal there in product and material. So that was really good. It's often on sale as well. And it's not as expensive as the DLP resins that I'm using as well. Those are about $50 per kilogram mixed. So, even to say I'm not paying $50 per kilogram when I buy it, but since I'm blending it, I'm using 2 different resins and blending to get that formula. It's about $50 per kilogram for me to mix that. So this is cheaper, and I don't have to mix it, and I don't have to worry about consistency. It's always the same. It's a little thicker than the DLP mixture. The DLP stuff is like runny pancake batter. This stuff is like a little bit thicker pancake batter, almost porridgey. It's very thick. Definitely have to shake it, and you definitely need to increase your light off delay and stuff like that when you're working with resins like these. These are, in my opinion, what I call these are just display resins. These are like wax resins. There's a particular style of material that this looks like, and I think it's supposed to simulate that like nice hard, solid plastic resin stuff, like pour resin almost. It's kind of supposed to emulate that when it's cured, and they do look nice. You're gonna see. We have some video I'll show you of one of the models that I was able to print out a bit of. Actually, the whole thing, not a bit of. She's a finished. This is a finished model. This is 2B from Near Automata. And I won't show you the front of the model for various reasons. YouTube won't allow me to do that, even though this is technical educational. I don't want to push that barrier. Things are showing that I can't show the camera, but her butt is okay. I don't think anyone's going to mind too much that there's a little bluish gray thong on the screen. But that's about all you might see. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to cut to the footage so I can show you how the material looked and we can talk about it a bit more while we're showing that footage. All right, we're taking a look at this is the new material. This is the 14K. This is called the resin is called Anycubic texture resin, and it is 14K resin. This one's called HD gray. You have a couple different choices of color. There's purple, blue. I believe there is a white and a lighter gray color. There's 2B's head. The details came out really good, really sharp looking on the material, and I do like the way the material feels. Once it's cured, it's got a really nice feel to it. It sands real easy. It's very easy to work with. It's real nice. Got a nice weight to it. It definitely feels like a very high quality material. Something I would definitely be happy to send my customers, and I think they'll be happy with it too. Let's take a look at some of the other body parts here. You can see some details here on the hand. I'll get that to focus here in a second, and you can see that. And there you go. There's some intricate details there. You can see little fingernails, some nice little depths on the lines of the wrinkles of the clothing. Very well done, and this came out amazing. This was something I literally just ran up, supported, and just threw on because I have a customer that wants a custom version of this. So I started printing it, and I decided, hey, why not? We'll try out the new resin with this one. There's the base. I mean, the detail on that is incredible. So good. Just amazing. Just looks so good. I'm very happy with the whole thing. Came out great. Very good print overall. You can see there where the print started in the back. It's a little bit shinier, which usually tends to happen. You get a little bit of lamination there. That's not too bad. Otherwise, that piece is looking good. Here's the body. And again, I can't show you the front, but you can see a little bit of the back. There's some of the leg there. There's the stitching. Again, if we take a nice close look at the face, the wrinkles in that, the face covering there, her little eye mask. We'll take a look at the body again here in just a second. Also wanted to show you some of the older material. Now this is the 8K material in comparison to the 14K material. Now the stuff on the right is the DLP mixture. It's like a whitish gray color. And the texture resin is the really dark, I'm going to call it like a blue gray almost. It's got like just a hint of blue in there. I personally really think that the 14K resin does look nicer. Now, it's difficult to kind of judge different things, but just looking at the different parts and kind of like checking out and seeing like, okay, the different support damage, how well the support damage is handled. Like this new material handles support damage way better. The supports literally glide right off. I find myself sanding these things, the DLP material a lot more. Although it sands really well, and I don't usually have a problem with it, it's still a pain. I don't want to have to do it as much. So if this material will help me with that, I think this might be a good thing. As always, I mean, there's always going to be some support damage on everything. It seems like there is a lot less actual support damage happening. I'll bring up another part here that's also done in 8K. This is an older part. Again, just for contrast to show you guys the difference. Like, this is nice. It's good material, but this new 14K material is absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful. It's flawless. I am going to do some test runs where we do a couple parts that are going to be the same. So I'm not kind of, comparing apples to oranges, but I really think that this stuff kind of speaks for itself. The detail on the pieces is absolutely beautiful. It looks so good. I mean, I can't stop. I can't get over the face, and just the way that the hair piece was done on that was really good. Creates a nice shadow in front of her eyes. I think that's really well done. But overall, yeah, I think the material is quite well worth it. You be the judge of that one. I mean, give it a look yourself. See what you think. Um, Again, you can find it on Amazon. You can buy it on Anycubic's website. You can find all the cure times recommended for the Anycubic printers on Anycubic's website. If you want some suggestions on cure times and stuff like that, I can give you some. Just tell me what machine you're using, and I'll give you some suggestions if you want to try this stuff out. Again, if you're making big figures, big models, big pieces, this is perfect for you. Um, Even I guess even if you are making minis, I think maybe you could still make use of it. You just have to be mindful of the fact that it's a little bit more rigid once it's cured. And so I think you may find that some of the thin parts will get a little bit more fragile. So it's just something to keep in mind, I think, if you are gonna use it for small stuff and really tiny parts, things like that. Which, funnily enough, we're gonna get into another episode this month. So we'll be talking about that too. But if you're looking to upgrade your material and you want to get into something that's really going to shine, I think this stuff is going to be a game changer for you. I think it's worth a shot. Give it a try, see what you think. You know, you may not love it as much as I do, but I think this stuff for me, honestly, this is another level game changer for me. I'm gonna be using this stuff for quite a while, I think. Anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Anycubic texture resin. As far as I'm concerned, that stuff gets a 10 out of 10. It works great, it does its job, and it prints really well. Oh, and by the way, most of that stuff you saw printed was printed on old mono 4K printers. So yeah, that's right. You don't need some fancy 8K, 10K, 14K printer. You can print it. Use that resin right now on your old printer that you've got sitting in your closet, garage, wherever you print from. You don't have to go out and buy a new printer. You will get good results like that. I promise you, this stuff will work on pretty much any machine. I mean, if I'm using it on an old Mono 4K that's literally been printing in my space there for almost a good three to 4 years, I think you can manage it on whatever you're printing on. So good luck out there and happy printing. Hope you guys enjoy all your holidays and stuff like that coming up. And we got a few more episodes coming up this month, so stay tuned. See y'all soon.